What's going on, everyone? It's Yasir back with another video. Today I want to share with you my journey of experiencing imposter syndrome, especially when starting out my own side hustle, starting out my own business. If you don't know what imposter syndrome is, essentially it's this feeling of I'm not enough, or someone else is better than I am, or my services or what I do isn't good enough compared to other people, or just in general, right? This is a feeling you'll get very familiar with once you start doing things outside your comfort zone. Once you start a business, there will be other people who are already doing that business, or maybe you start a job. There are other people with more experience in that job, or people who are technically higher up the ladder than you, so you feel inferior. These are things that I experienced as a coach in my own coaching business, but also in my job, right? There's colleagues who have more experience, better accomplishments, better degrees, better certifications, and you feel like you're not enough, or you don't deserve to charge money, or you don't deserve to get that raise, you don't deserve to get a bump in your salary. And this is something that I experienced on a consistent basis, and I still experience this now. So I want to walk you through this journey of mine, okay? And on this channel, by the way, we're talking all about this stuff. I love the mindset piece of entrepreneurship, how you can overcome these limiting beliefs you have to really power through your business, okay? So that's the kind of thing you like. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, me personally, I've never been someone who's had money. I've never been someone who's had a business. I've never been successful in my life before. I don't know what it's like to have money in the bank and go and buy things that I want. So every penny that I would get, it's almost like I need to hold on to this right now. I need to know my place in the system because I might not make this money again, right? So eventually, I wanted to start my own coaching practice. I wanted to get started. I wanted to be a career coach. But when you look at a place like LinkedIn, everybody's a career coach now. Everybody's got 10 years of experience in HR, 15 years, 20 years, whatever, and everyone else knows more than you do, and you're coming in trying to fit into this pod of people who are quote unquote more experienced than you. It's hard, right? You feel like, well, first of all, how am I going to set myself apart? How am I going to distinguish myself? Secondly, these people have a lot more experience. Why would anyone want my services? Why don't they just have this person's services? There's clearly a saturated market. There are clearly so many people in the market. Why do people want to work with me? Or if I really stand a chance against these people, I need to charge very low for my service, right? I need to charge half of what they're charging, or maybe 40% of what they're charging, because obviously I'm compensating for the lack of experience I have, for the lack of branding I have, or whatever. This is the mindset that I was going in with, because I felt so inferior to everyone else. I felt that my experience didn't stack up to where their experience was. Now, here's what I learned, and I learned this from my clients, actually, okay? I started working with clients, and I was charging very, very little for my service. I didn't believe in charging more because I didn't think I was worth it, quite frankly. Some of the clients that I was working with told me, Yasir, if I work with you and you provided me the kind of support you're providing now, I would have happily paid you 2 times, 3 times the amount. I'm so glad I got a good deal because you only charged me this amount, right? And it showed me how much value I was creating. Now, what I realized is they weren't paying to get information, right? Which a lot of coaches do. They think that give me money, I'll give you information. The information is going to help you solve your problem. This is not an information transaction. That's the problem I had in my brain. I couldn't understand this. I thought the clients are going to pay for that influencer's information or that influencer's information. They don't want information from me because I don't have the kind of information they do. Or even if I do, I don't have the kind of authority that person does, and therefore no one's going to hire me, right? What I learned is people will pay you for your service because it's coming from you. Okay? People want to work with you and who you are as a person. That is what distinguishes you from other influencers with 3,000, 4,000, 100,000 subscribers, whatever it may be, right? So when you're thinking about how to distinguish yourself and you are only taking into account your experience, your certifications, how long you've been on the platform, how many clients you have, if you are only taking those things into consideration, it's a losing battle. You will never win that battle. You will never win it because there's always going to be someone with more experience. Now let me ask you this. Is it a fact that anyone who has the most amount of experience charges the highest or provides the best value or is the best coach? No. And I can tell you that in my experience. I work with a lot of coaches who they're absolute shit at what they do, even though they have 15 or 20 years of experience, because they've been doing things one specific way and they refuse to change. Right? So not every single client is for every single coach. There's some clients that are better suited for certain coaches. There's some coaches that are better suited to certain clients. So just because someone else has more of an image or more for branding or they're more comfortable or they're making more money, that does not discount you as a coach. That does not discount you as a business person. That does not discount you as a job seeker, whoever you might be experiencing your imposter syndrome, right? So for me, it took a long time to realize I need to get out of that mindset where I feel like I'm putting other people on the pedestal because they've got more experience, better branding, whatever. Listen, at the end of the day, when you're working with clients, you are on the phone or on a Zoom call with someone else. You're having a conversation. You're building a connection. You're building trust with these people. If they like you, if they trust you, if they get along with you, if they like what you have to offer, they will buy your service. They will buy from you, okay? It doesn't matter what's going on in the rest of the world, okay? For me, I'm a very impulsive buyer, okay? The other day I went to buy jeans and right next door there was an Apple store and I ended up buying a new MacBook, okay? I didn't even go there to buy a new MacBook. Why? Because the opportunity was there. It presented itself. Sometimes you walk into a store and you want to, say, buy a pair of pants like I did. Because you're there, because you're in the store, you can see pants in front of you. You'll buy one of those pants instead of heading out, finding your favorite pants store, going all the way there and doing a bunch of research and seeing if they have any good offers. Because you're already talking to your clients, you're in front of them, you're having a conversation. All other viable options temporarily disappear because you're building trust and value while you're communicating with your clients, okay? So maybe you're thinking, I shouldn't charge higher, I shouldn't charge at all, or I should do free services, I should open up my business because I want to wait till the right time when my business has grown. That's never going to happen because by the time you reach, say, 10,000 followers or 50,000 subscribers, your competition is at 200,000 or 300,000. They're growing along with you as well. So you will never feel that you're ahead of the game. You might be ahead of some people. You'll always be behind some other people. Always. That's always going to happen. So if you get into business or if you get into your job search with this feeling of feeling like an imposter, the first thing I do is deal with this mindset, okay? Deal with the fact that you will never be enough. There will never be a time where you'll be the most experienced person in the world. Even if you are the most experienced person in the world, that doesn't make you the best at what you do. There are plenty of people with a ton of experience who still suck. I'm sorry, but they do. Like, think about it. Do you have like a doctor that you go to that you don't like, or maybe someone else goes to a doctor they don't like, or maybe someone goes to a barber who's been doing it for 30 years and they don't like their service? There's going to be variation in the quality that people offer regardless of their experience, okay? Sometimes they're just different kinds of people. So this is something that I really, really had to learn the hard way. I had to learn that in order for me to overcome this feeling of inadequacy, this feeling that I wasn't enough, this feeling that other people deserve to charge more because they have more followings, more experience, more certifications, whatever it may be, the first thing that I need to do, go out there and try to do something to the best of my abilities. If you're a coach, right? You're trying to help people get fit or get more interviews, whatever. Try to do that to the best of your abilities, okay? Help enough people in their process, in their journey, and show them the different milestones, okay? So for example, if you're helping someone lose weight, you help them drop their first 10, 15, 20 pounds, that's a milestone, right? You're helping people get a job, you help them get their first phone interview or their first in-person interview, that's a milestone. You do that enough times and you will build that self-esteem. You will build that confidence in your ability to the point where you recognize, you know what I'm doing it's actually helping out a lot of people. What I'm doing, people really appreciate what I'm doing. So it doesn't matter, 1,000 followers, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, no followers whatsoever. You will feel imposter syndrome. It will be a part of your journey. The sooner you can realize that experience is the best wisdom, the experience of actually doing by ignoring all this chatter in your head, that's going to be the fastest way for you to progress in your business, progress in your job search, whatever it is you have to do. Just accept that it's going to be an uncomfortable feeling when you're getting started. You'll feel like you're not enough up until the point where you realize the one thing that sets you apart from everybody else, regardless of your experience, regardless of your branding, regardless of your certifications, is who you are as a person. And nobody can take that away from you, okay? There's some clients who will get on the phone with you and say, I want to work with you because I really like you. No one can take that away from you. It doesn't matter if it's someone with 500,000 followers, 1 million, no one can take that away from you. So hone in on who you are as a person, because that is ultimately going to be your brand. So that was my experience with imposter syndrome. I hope that gave you some perspective. If you do like this kind of content, let me know in the comments section. Subscribe to the channel because I'll be making a lot more videos about mindset in the future. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.